Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Bobbie at the Paper Jungle. Excuse me. I am sharing my newest design team project for Country Craft Creations. This is called Vintage Seas by Simple Stories. It is a beautiful collection. Sorry about the froggy throat this morning. I only had the 8x8, or no, it's a 6x8 paper pad, and the one pack of ephemera. I think it's called Page Pieces. So I put a piece of the design paper on the front. This is the back side of one of the papers. It looked like waves in water. And I just added some of this netting and some little shells that I had in my stash. And then this was in the Page Pieces, and I just elevated it on some more cardstock and took a couple of clock hands out of my stash and put those on with a brad. The spines are so small I just left them plain. And then there's the back with the lighthouse and the whale and all the seaweed. I thought it was so pretty. And I used the country blue that Tamara used to sell in her store. She no longer has it, but I just had a couple paper packs of it, so I decided to go ahead and use it on this collection, but it works beautifully with her navy blue as well. So this is a quad folio. It opens out like this, and you have pockets on these two pages. I kept them very plain so that when the album closes, it closes flush. So I just have a cut apart in each of the pockets. They're plenty roomy where you can get more in there if you want to, but you need to keep each side of similar depth so that when it closes flush. Then we open again, and in here I have a little folder I made, and it's got 3 little tiny tags here on the flap, 3 of them all alike. And then I took one of the gosh, my voice doesn't want to cooperate this morning. I made a little notepad here, and I have a bracket behind it that you can tuck the paper through if you want to. I have a couple photo mats in here, and this is just from one of the papers. I just cut the bottom, fussy cut out the bottom. And this is one of the cut aparts, and then I just made a simple photo mat. And I put a little tuck on the back so you could stick a photo behind that little bracket. And then it's open on the inside for tons and tons of photos, just like that. Now that tucks back in here. Oh, and this is a tuck spot as well here. This little banner, I just made these out of scraps. I took a piece of white, the country blue, and then the striped paper, and I cut them at 5/8, 1/2, and 1/4, and just layered those together. So there's goes back in this pocket. And then on the second section I have 4 pockets, and I put cut aparts in each one. And I show you in the tutorial how to make this. It was so simple to make this, and it's all the design paper. Then I put another one of those little scrap banners across here, and a couple of the cut aparts. This one says, "Let the sea set you free." Got 2 of them there. So there's that one. This one. That one. And this one. These papers are so pretty. Closes up like that. And we'll go to the other side. Make sure I'm still in frame, I hope. Yes. Good for me. It's hard to stay in frame in this little area. Okay, I have a double pocket here, and I added some more netting and shells down here at the bottom. Here's another piece of that wavy paper. And I cut the back where the whale is on that one sheet, like I had on the back of this. I just cut above the whale and a couple of the waves. And I added a sailboat from the ephemera pack. And I have a tag in the top pocket. Just like that. You can add photos or journal on the back, and these are roomy. You can get more in there than what I've got. And then here we have a small tag in this one. Isn't that paper pretty? I love the colors in this collection. It's so pretty. And I just use scraps to make my tabs. And then on the last section I have a little envelope. Another one of those little scrap banners with 3 shells. And this holds a lot of stuff. But I only have one in there at the moment, just a photo mat. But you can see you can get a lot in there, probably 3 or 4 more anyway. And I just made that envelope out of the design paper, out of 2 pieces. And you'll find that in your tutorial as well. Oops. There we go. Closes up like that. I didn't put a ribbon on it. You can see that it closes flush, nice and even, without a ribbon. You could put one on there if you want. Just be sure you attach it before you put your front and back covers on. Alright, that's what I have for you today. I hope you will subscribe, leave a comment, and recommend my video to your friends. It will help my channel grow. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you back in a few days with my new Craftology box project. Bye now. Okay, the first thing we want to do to build this folio is cut 2 pieces of artisan cardstock, 8 1/4 by 12. Now I have these scored, and I'm going to show you what I did. Excuse me. They're both scored the same, so what I give you, you'll do twice. You're going to score at 3/4, at 5 3/4, 6 1/4, and 11 1/4. And you'll do that on both pieces. Then we'll want to burnish each of these folds. Make them nice and straight. Now I score on both sides of the cardstock. I just think it helps it fold a lot nicer. And I like to lay it in my scoreboard and line it up and make sure I get a good crease. So there's that one. And I just push them right up to the edge so that they're nice and straight. Sometimes it's hard to see exactly when you're standing here, exactly if it's hitting straight. If you push it up in the scoreboard, you know it's right. So here's your 1/4 inch little gusset we're going to have in there. Now the artisan is thick, that it holds up extremely well. It's easy to work with, and the colors are beautiful. So there's that one. We'll score that. And then the 11 1/4. I accidentally scored mine wrong, so I have 2 score marks over here, but you can ignore me. I do things like that frequently. Sometimes I'm quite discombobulated. Alright, now this is going to be where we attach the 2 pieces together at the 3/4. So we need to do the other one. Ouch. Pinch myself. Not very smart, is it? I said I'm discombobulated. I wasn't kidding you. Push that all the way up. Make sure it's nice and straight. And then we'll burnish it. And then we need our little 1/4 inch gusset on this side. Last one. Now this is our 3/4 inch, and these 2 are going to attach together. Well, for goodness sake, stand up there. These 2 are going to attach together, and I like to put the back inside the front a little bit, so that are these different? Yep, I scored on the wrong line. What a dummy. Let me burnish this again. I burnished the wrong line, but it's not going to show once I get design paper on it. What a goof. See, I told you. I do goofy things. Maybe it goes along with age. I don't know. There we go. Went to put them together and I thought, well, they aren't the same. They're supposed to be. Now they are. Okay. Remember I told you I had 2 score marks there. That was my fault. Oh no. Okay, here we go. So I like the top to be on the outside so that when you're looking at the side, you don't see a raw edge up here. If you do it this way, you're going to see that raw edge, and I don't like that, so I always put the back inside. So let's line her up at the top and glue these together. And you're going to lay it down just shy of that score line so we don't have any trouble putting them together and then folding that up. Got her on there. Line that up. And put this one up here, just shy of the score line. There we go. I didn't dry out any baby wipes, so I'll have to use a tissue. And I don't want to have any glue oozing out there. There we go. Now this will be the base of our album. This one is going to have, it does fold in like this. Whoa, what a goober. Alright, that one scores like that. This one scores like that. They fold in, and this comes together to make your folio. It's not going to be huge, but it's going to be cute. Now, when you cut these, when you cut it to 8, you're going to have a long strip that's 3, I have one that's 3 inches. I don't know how I ended up with that, but anyway, I have a 3-inch piece, and this is 8 1/4, so I cut this 9 1/4, and it's going to attach here to make us a pocket. And you know what? It might be a little wide because this is my insert in there. I think I will make this 2 1/2. I'm going to cut it down a little bit, and I'll change that on your cut list. Let me cut that to 2 1/2. 2 1/2. Actually, I think it was more than 3. A little bit. Yeah, it was. Let me do exactly 3. It was wider than I thought. I thought I had 3 inches. Okay. Now it's 3 by 9 1/4. And that's better. That will give us more leeway. So we're going to burnish these 2 folds. Lay this aside for just a sec. Now this is the front, and I want the pocket to be on the inside, so we're going to attach this right here, and this will be our hinge that'll lay it down to the inside like that. And I'm going to put it just inside that score line because it's going to be covered by the paper anyway. So design paper will take care of that. I'm going to put it right there. And I'm going to put just a hair on this edge to make sure I get a good seal. And then I'm going to attach it just inside that score line. Just like that. Ends up being quite long. And this will go inside. And these will become your flaps that glue it down. But we're going to miter these because they get in the way. They cause too much bulk. So, thought I heard a car outside, but I guess not. Plus the dog's barking. He doesn't miss a noise. Their hearing is so keen, they know when somebody's here long before I ever do. There's that one. I'm going to go in here and get this one. And then I'll trim up these top edges a little bit too. But I want to put down my design paper. Well, maybe not. We'll see. But this will fold to the inside. Let me burnish that real good in here. That will fold to the inside and make our pocket right there. And then you've got your 1/4-inch gusset. And then this one folds this way. So far, that's what we got. It's cute, huh? Okay. Then we have an insert. And I might need to trim it up a little bit too because, let's see how it looks in the pocket. It's going to be really close, but it will close. It'll be fine. So let me give you the measurements on this. I wanted to make sure before, nothing's set in stone until you make sure if it fits. So this piece is 12 by, I think 7.5. Let me double check. Yes, 7.5. And it is scored at 4 3/4 and 9 3/4. So it's going to fold up like this and like this. And then once we get it decorated, it's going to be adorable. So that goes in there. Now I've got to cut out some more papers and then I'll be back with you. Okay, we're back and we're ready to put some of this together. I want to show you what I have cut so far. Whoops. It's a landslide. Okay, what I have is this front flap. Whoops. Goodness. Let me fold this in. This front flap, I haven't glued it down yet. I just cut papers for it. I just cut a 3-inch piece for this because it's not going to show anyway, and I like to conserve as much paper as I can. So this is going to glue down to here. It's going to be your pocket. And then this will be on top of that. And I just kind of clipped it there so it stays where I want it. Till I'm ready, I got to ink it and then glue it down. On this second panel, what I've done is I cut my papers to the width that I wanted. And then I laid them on my score pal. And I folded it up, leaving 1.25 inches at the top so that it makes a pocket. This will be the top piece, and there was a huge gap between the two pieces. I did a second one. This one's going to go down here, so I cut a scrap and I'm going to lay that in there so there's 1.25 inches gap between each one, and I'll ink those and glue them in place. I am going to glue this one at the bottom because I don't want it to go all the way down behind this one. It would be too long. So on these I will just glue 3 sides, and then here I will glue here and here, and then attach it down once I've inked it. Then on the next section I just cut a piece of the design paper and I made 2 little pockets These will be on your cut list. This one opens at the top, and I've got to put a notch in it yet. And this one opens out to the side for a small tag or a bookmark. Excuse me. Sinuses. And then on panel 4, again, I've got a piece of design paper, and I'm making an envelope. Let me close this up. It takes too much space, and I'll show you the envelope that's going to go here. It is 2 pieces. The first piece is 6.5 by 8, and I scored 1 inch on each side, and then I scored it at 3. And on this side you can see where I mitered and cut out that section. I've cut this one as well, and we're going to remove all of that from the bottom, and you want to angle cut this right here. And then I want to round the top corners. Let's see if I want to do this one or the bigger one. I think that one looks fine. And this is going to close in, and this will fold up. Let's see, I'm a little bit off here, so I'm going to have to trim that. And then this is your flap, which is 3 3/4 by 6, just maybe a hair under 6, and I've scored it at 1/2 on the top long edge, and it's going to attach to the back like this. And I may just use a Velcro dot. I don't know if I'm going to use Velcro or a magnet. I'm not sure yet, but that'll be the envelope that'll lay in there, and then we'll have room for photo mats and ephemera and what have you. Alright, so that's it so far. I'm going to get everything inked and glued down, and then I'll be back. Okay, I am back. It's early in the morning, and I know I sound raspy in the morning. It's just something I can't help. But I wanted to show you where I've gotten to so far, catch you up to date. So this is the little folio, folds closed like this. I double matted the outside, used the lighthouse on the front, and I double matted with white and this rust color that came in the collection kit. Well, it was in the companion papers. I haven't put anything on the spine yet. I've got some shells floating around in there, and there's the back with the whale on it. Now, I haven't glued my shells down yet, so I hear them sliding around. On the inside, these need to be kept fairly flat because of the way they fold together. So I used, from the cut apart, the page pieces that I showed you in my walkthrough when I got the design team package. This was in that, and so I just glued that down. This is just a little border punch that I had in my stash. Sorry about the raspy voice. These also came from the page pieces, and I just took 2 pieces of the paper, just ones that I liked together, and I cut them down the center at half and just layered them so that I've got a pocket on each side. And you can put something not real thick, but you can put photo mats or something in there and it'd be fine. I just haven't made any yet. So on the inside, this is the pocket that we did together, and then I have the little booklet. I'm working on that. I have only matted one of the photo mats or the cut aparts so far. I just like them back. They're pretty on the back as well, but I just like them matted like that. And then you've got white on the back that you can journal or add a photo. And now we've got the 4 pockets in here. And I just took some of my scraps and cut a piece of trim. And I'm going to put this one over here, so it just makes a little tuck spot. And then our booklet will go in here. And then on this side, I have put down a piece of that net I showed in my walkthrough. One of the papers looks like water, and I just cut a piece of that and put down there with the boat on the top. And I used Fabri-Tac to put this netting down, and they carry this at a lot of the craft shops. And I'm just going to glue some shells here, and then I have 3 little ones I'm going to glue over here. You can see I put another piece of border, and I'm just going to put 3 little shells over here. But I have to put them down with Fabri-Tac, and it'll take a while for them to catch, so I won't. This will have to be the end of the tutorial. But aside from that, I want, oh, and here's my game plan for over here. This is, gosh, I wish my voice wouldn't do that. Some more of the ephemera pack. Says, let the sea set you free. And I just cut 2 strips of paper to elevate a little bit, and I'm going to glue that right here. And then I'm going to put the crab up here, and I just punched out 2 little circles to give it a little bit of elevation. I'm going to put that there. So other than that, here is the little folder that is going to go in this pocket, and I cut this off of one of the pages, and it was down at the bottom of one of the 6x8 pages, and this is just a scrap of paper. And I'm going to glue this down here, and of course I'll trim it off here. I just matted it on white cardstock, and I'm going to glue that down at the bottom, and then this will make a pocket so that I can put some inserts in it. And then once I get the walkthrough done, you'll see the rest of the embellishments, what I do to it, but there won't be any more measurements that you'll miss. Alright, so that's what I have for you. Anything that I cut will be on your cut list. I hope you will enjoy this, and if you make one, I would love to see your project too. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.